Welcome to the DKHizouse, as you know what we talking about. Welcome to the DKHizouse, that's what we gonna run our mouth. Hey y'all, just a little disclaimer, everything is for entertainment purposes only. Everything is alleged. I don't know none of these people. I'm just giving my thoughts, my opinions, predictions on what I think I see and know and hear, and I want you to do the same down in the comment section. So don't take everything too seriously, but only with a grain of salt, because you know we be chefing it up in this kitchen. And welcome, glad to have you. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe, and if you've been here a couple times, we'd love to have you in the fam bam. There comes a time in every woman, especially black woman's life, that she just needs to let the weed go. And I think that time is now. What about you? What do you think? I remember growing up and talking about people who wore weaves, but now weaves are everywhere. Like, it's hardly any black woman that's a baddie who is not wearing somebody else's hair, wearing some kind of weave. It's like you act like you can't be a baddie without somebody else's hair on your head. And I'm just getting tired of it, and I'm just here to let y'all know that the joke's on you. Like, we know that's not your hair. Like, everybody that got on weave, like, you know that it's not their hair. Like, you be knowing. And when they, with their real hair, it looks 10 times better. Like, when you get that silk press, it's 10 times better. And I agree. Some people may need to wear weave, like men who identify as feminine, and maybe they have to keep their hair cut short for their family or identity purposes or whatever. Okay, I'm understanding that they get their weave and stuff like that. Or if you are losing hair and you just are bald or something like that, and you have to wear weave, like, okay, that's a reason to have to wear weave all the time. It's no excuse for a person in their 20s who fully has a head of hair under their weave to be wearing weave every single day, every single function, every time they go out. It's no excuse for that. Because are you really a baddie if you got somebody else's hair on your head? You know, I made the analogy of if you fake done, sure it looks good, but are you really a baddie? Because if you take off the fakeness, if you take off the unrealness, and it's just you underneath there, are you really as bad? I feel like this weave got people thinking they better than what they are. These implants and this and that got people thinking they better than what they are. Now, I understand some people need a confidence boost. Okay, that's cool. Me, not so much. But don't get me wrong. The only reason I really wear weave is like because natural hair can be very tedious and tiring, and if the heat hit it the right way and your hair sweat a certain way, it looks different than if it's freshly done. Okay, so if you're natural, I can kind of understand why you have weave, but weave is really just about being lazy. Like, people do not want to take the time on their real hair. But black people hair, like I said, is one of the most beautiful grades of hair there is. Black people hair looks better than any weave that I've ever seen. Period. Black people's hair have different curl patterns, textures, just like weave, and they can even wear it straight. I mean, even 4C hair, when it's silk pressed or straightened, is silkier than some of the other grades of hair that I've ever seen before. But you take this for granted, you take this as a joke. Like, literally, the silkiness that be on people's head be too shiny. It don't even be fitting the texture of the person's face. But we'll see people with weave on their hair and we're like, oh, they look so cute, because we are so used to it. But in the same breath, you be like, oh man, I know that ain't her hair. So how is she really like that? Because if you pull that strand off her head and it's gone, they gonna look totally different. So they out here flossing like they that chick, that big, like they all that, when the hair on their head is not even theirs. I've seen people in their natural state and they look gorgeous. Like, they don't even need weave. Okay, most people don't even need weave. They're just been conditioned to think, oh, I need to have my hair done, my edges laid and slayed, when that's so far from reality, bro. So far. It's no reason for you to be wearing weave if your hair is longer than the weave and underneath. Like if your hair underneath is longer than a weave, why are you still wearing weave? You need to spend that $200, $300 and learn how to take care of your hair, or take have somebody else take care of it. Because guess what? Just like anything else, if you don't take care of your body, you don't take care of your mind, your mental health, your nails, your face, your skin, your hair, it's going to start looking real crazy, real bad. So you need to educate yourself as a black woman, as a black person, to know, yes, take care of your hair too. Don't just throw somebody else's hair on it. Now I can see if you do that for a protective style, like you just want to keep the heat away from your hair for a while, or you just, even though I have had my hair break off using protective styles, because yeah, it just did. And but it don't happen all the time, because sometimes you could just braid your hair, and that's a way to help it grow. You know, that's why some people hair grow when they have the braids underneath and the hairs on top. So you can do that without having weave in your hair. Like you can have a cute style. Okay. And then on top of that, you have the braids, and then some people that braid too tight and this and that, they tearing people's hair out and stuff like that, and they don't be caring. Like at the end of the day, black people hair is, bar none, the most beautiful hair in the world, the most magical hair on this world. It helps you do magical things. Like I said, it's a receptor. Your intuition, I feel, is in tune with the hair on your head. Okay. And so if you are wearing fake stuff on your hair, that's the goal. They want to keep you stagnant. They want to keep you numb and in the illusion that you need somebody else's hair to be your boss, to be that chick. When in reality, natural hair is so many beautiful styles you can do with natural hair. You could even get it flat iron and pressed. Heat damage is still just like a natural relaxer. You could still rock that a silk press and still look flawless. Baby, when I tell you stiff wear, I've had silk presses, baby. My hair floats in the wind, baby, floats. Okay, so you cannot tell me that floating hair don't look better than stiff, rigid hair on a weave. You cannot tell me that in a million years. People be using every excuse to wear their weaves, knowing good and well their real hair look just as good or better, but they're just lazy. And at this point, it's no excuse to be lazy. Now, if you're doing shows and stuff like that on the road, on the go, to where you can't, even people that's on the road, they can wear their own hair because they have stylists and makeup crew there 24/7. But for that instance, if you're an artist and you have to do your so many crazy things to your hair, I can see, okay, well, you wearing weave. But literally, if you have hair on your head and you're not bald, give your hair breathing room. Give your hair a break. Expose it. Get a deep condition. Get a blowout. Get a press. Get a twist out. There's so many different styles you can do to your natural hair. If you want the dread looks without um the long termness to it, because some dreads can be combed down. I combed down my dreads when I was starting my dreads. Um, but if you literally, but I feel like the person was just doing it wrong, and I didn't even realize that I was done for that because I was a little illiterate. Because they would retwist my two dreads. So basically, if you want your dreads and you have natural hair, you don't put heat on your hair. You can do twists, two strand twists, and it will look and appear like dreads. Sometimes even cuter, the smaller they are. But the smaller they are, like I said, they can lock up. So be careful. I remember when I did have two strand twists on my hair when I was fully natural, and my hair was still tightly coiled. People used to ask me, "You got dreads? You got dreads?" And I was like, "No, no." But people always ask me that, but I've never had dreads in my life. So you can't tell me a braid of hair that is so versatile is not the superior hair. And why would you think to cover it up? Do you know any other race who can rock a fro, rock twists, rock dreads, and then without like toxic stuff being done to it? Like, and rock straight hair at the same in the same month. You know what I'm saying? Put all this. So black hair is beautiful, it's gorgeous, and I need people to understand that black hair does grow. I've known several black people or seen them on social media that's hair is to their butts or to their backs or their hips. So you can't tell me that black hair won't grow because it does. But it's not going to grow if you keep covering it up, you keep neglecting it, you keep not taking care of it. And I'm not talking about I get a wash and keep condition, then put a wig on. Like, I could say, yeah, wear a wig every now and then if that makes you feel better. Wear braids and synthetic hair every now and then if that make you feel good. But when it comes to a point that you feel like you're not beautiful and you're not that girl, unless you have weave and synthetics on your hair, then what does that really say about you? Do you really value yourself? Do you really value your culture? Because you're hiding everything about what makes you and your culture unique, and that's definitely your hair. Because nobody else on this planet has hair like a black woman. And let's be clear, let's just be real, and it is what it is. So, it's several other cultures who respect black hair, they appreciate black hair, and it's time for us to start appreciating our hair and our locks too. Because if we don't, who else is gonna do it? And these people don't even really see our hair like that. That's why they want to touch it. But I do commend the people who do rock their real hair, whether it's flat iron or whatever. I mean, if you get a flat iron every 2 weeks, your hair is gonna look like a weave. And what is that? Some flat irons like $80, $75 every 2 weeks. That's still under $200, and you're going to get weave, and it's the same price. So you can't tell me you cannot pay and keep up your natural hair, because you can. And if it's that problem, what's your problem, and you can't afford it, then go to a cosmetology school where they're learning and they're not fully licensed yet, and they can still do your hair, but it's at a discounted rate. Same thing with barber. It goes both ways. Okay? Because growing up, we always knew old people to have wigs on their head, and then wigs used to be so ugly and synthetic and crazy looking. But now weaves are everywhere, and you know they're not real. You know, like, that's not their hair. You can just tell. But we just got so accustomed to it that we just ignore it. So what does that say to us as a culture, as a whole? And we want to get mad at people for talking about our culture, talking about our race, talking down on black people, this and this and that. But why should you get mad when you're not even respecting your culture, respecting your race? None of that. You covering up your very identity, what makes you you. So how you really gonna get mad? And how do you really expect somebody to respect you if you're covering up what makes you? You putting a white person's hair on your head, an Asian person's hair on your head, somebody you don't even know from across in the third world country's hair on your head. They getting billions while you still losing, and you acting like you don't have any hair, and instilling this mentality that black hair cannot grow, when in fact it is growing in leaps and bounds on people. And whether your edges are laid or not, it still looks better than any weave out there. Period. Period. Okay. So people just need to start investing in their own hair. I mean, Cardi B's hair is like down to her waist, and she put it out for the first time. My hair is gorgeous, and she was trying to find something wrong with, like, oh, it makes my forehead look different. Her hair was beautiful. So black people, start showing your beauty, start showing your length. Let people know that black people are not bald, because I feel like people really think that we don't have hair on our heads, and sometimes I start to think that. Then I look at social media, and so many people hair is thriving, you hear me? And then my hair thriving, I've had my hair to my bra strap. I've cut it since then. I've broken it off since then. Wearing protective styles, but it's growing back to my bra strap. And so my hair has been past my shoulders. Like, black hair can grow, and even if it is to your shoulders, you can wear a bob, a tight, clean, sophisticated bob. So with your hair, get it flat iron. Heat damage is not what people say it is. I did a video on that. Heat damage is really just like a natural relaxer. And there's people out there that actually heat train their hair, meaning every couple weeks, every week, every 2 weeks, they put heat to straighten it, and then your hair gets used to it, and people call it damage. When in reality, your hair is still healthier than putting a weave on your hair. What do weaves do? You're not getting the oxygen to your brain cells, your hair follicles. You're not really able to properly clean your scalp. Your hair is sweating. Your edges are getting pulled. You put all this build-up and products on your hair. So drop the excuses. Start embracing who you are.
Well, as always, thank you for stopping by at the His House for your Lash Tea entertainment and gossip and predictions. And we will definitely have more. So definitely come back and see us. And if you want to be notified, hit that bell and also subscribe, especially if you've been here before. Come back again and again. But subscribe and join the fam bam. We'd love to have you. And if you liked anything that was said on today or even made you laugh, joke, think, ponder, make sure you hit that thumbs up or that like button, especially if you agree or disagree. And comment down below.